Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching us from. We are back again on Ubuntu channel with another exciting episode of PaNsaka. And as usual, we look at different social issues that affect our families, our homes, our nation, and the whole discussion and interaction is about morality and bringing us back to the right path in strengthening our nations, strengthening our homes and families. We do have in the studio Evangelist Shabula, our in-house counselor. Good evening, Evangelist.
Good evening, CJ, and good evening, everyone watching us or participating. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Evangelist. We do have Mr. Abia Nyarenda also joining us on tonight's show. Mr. Abia, good evening.
Good evening, CJ. Good evening, Washabula. Here in Eastern Province, we say Macho Mabwanji. Live at Ubuntu channel.
Wonderful.
Thank
wonderful.
you very much.
It's nice to get your voice.
Yeah,
It's
thank
wonderful.
you. Well, viewers, tonight we are looking at one discussion that touches, I would say, each and everyone. It's a cross-cutting discussion. The topic is defilement and rape. We are looking at defilement and rape. So please do tag someone, invite someone, share all our social media platforms, share this broadcast with somebody so that we are able to help each other, we are able to learn. As we always say, we do not know everything on this program, but we are here to help each other, we are here to teach each other, and we are here to sharpen one another. So please feel free to pass a comment, drop a comment section. Let us interact together so that we build our homes and we can have a better society, a strong nation, and our homes can be lovely. Now, Evangelist, this topic, defilement and rape. I think let us start with the definitions. Mumasululeko, mupandulule kuti defilement, rape, even as we'll be going on, people will be able to follow and know what we are talking about. What is defilement and what is rape? Evangelist, over to you.
Thank you very much, CJ. I'll start with the word defile. To defile is to make dirty. To defile is to make dirty. It is to stain. Chintu chinali chakilini yoachipanga chankachani nadot. Now, in this context, when you talk about defilement, actually defilement is having sexual intercourse with a child below the age of 16. Having sexual intercourse with a child who is below 16 years old. And this is provided for under the section 138 of the Penal Code, chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. Defilement has a mandatory penalty of minimum of 15 years and a maximum of life imprisonment. Ukaenda waendelatu. Now, that is defilement. What did I say? What I said is having sex, kunyengana or kunyenga, mwana wa vyaka vili 16, akalibe kufika hapo, akalibe kupya, yo ajumpirapo pa mwana, wamugona mwana uja. Then, ukasida kumugona kuja, wakupezekeza, o wapeza kutuja mwana, So the issue here, mulandu or case ya defilement. Now, the next that you want to know is rape. Rape ni same chabe. Rape is actually having sexual intercourse without the consent of the other person. The consent, without consent, it means wagona na mwamuna, wamugwira mwamuna, o wamugwira mukazi, wamugona without kumvana naye, simunamvane naye, sanavomere kuti mugonane, iwe wamufosinga chabe, sometimes wamuyofya using nzakulasa mfuti or nzakupaya, things like that, or nzakulasa knife or things like that. Uja muntu wamuyofya, ukamuyofya chabe uja muntu avomera, then wamugona. It means you have raped that person against their interest, against their joy. Near many rape case. CJ, I want to take it further than that. This can also mean even in the marriage. Wagona na mukazi wako nalipira lobola, munachita na wedding, your wife, without her consent. Sana vomere kuti umugonane umunyenge. Iwe wamba kumuvula kabudula. Kikili. Ngati kuli chibabaketi ya manzi, pafupi ya tika na kutika manzi paja. Atu chite paja na window mwapwanya na kupwanya. Uapa ucho sachani, ucho sakabudula. Then in the process wamungena, wamba kumunyenga, then wachokapo. Ati because ni mukazi wanga, ni nalipira. Sana vomele, that she has not allowed you, she has not consented to that act. And therefore, you have become a raper or a rapist. Since you are a rapist, na iwe sentence yako, iwe as a husband, wamea nalipira lobola. Unalipira lobola, unachita na wedding, sometimes unadia na matebeto, na chirangamuliro unadia. But because you have slept with her, you had sex with her, without her consent, with her consent, you will go in minimum 15 years, up to life imprisonment. Naiwe, ungena. Now, I want you to understand here, dear friends, for that case, for that cause of defilement, kuti tione kuti is this defilement achitika same as the rape case. One, this case, they must be signed. They must be signed that iwe uja mkazi wamufosinga. Two, wamungena mbolo yako yangena munyini yake, wamungena mkazi uja. So the doctor will have to prove that waitabwanji wamungena. So ngati tuna mungene, then there's a problem. Bazanga na kodi unamungena, then bazaona kodi age yake libwanji, then bazaona kuti koti identity mukazi oni mwamuna, then bazanga na the other issue, the fourth one, kodi unampasa matenda oso unampase matenda. These are the things that they're going to look into. Manje ngati ni mukazi chabe, ngati ngati ni mwana mungono, if it is in this is defilement. In the case of defilement, they will check for difficulties in walking. Masigns ya kuteti iwe wamugona mwana. Kodi uja mwana aenda bwino. Injuries on the private parts. Bazanga na kodi aina vilonda kunyini yake. Then presence of semen. Koti kulima sperms or namungena chabe or whatever did you do. Baza checking. Then they will check for sexual transmitted infections. Kodi iwe unamusila matenda. All that will be checked. Then from there, they will look for certain ungovernable behavior. Bazamba kuona kodi uyu mwana behavior yake ankala bwanji o uyu muntu. So all these are signs that these are the things that the police and the doctor will check to prove that you were for sure you defiled that person. In other words, the elements must be proved in the case of defilement, such as the age of the victim, the proof of sexual act, e.g., penetration or presence of semen. Then the third point, identity of the accused. Bayana kuziba ni ndani huyu, ni mwamuna, aina vyaka vingati, all sorts of things. Then where did this development begin? I mean, where it happened? Was it in the house? Was it on the road? Was it in the bush? Then from there, bakapoka wazayangana, were you threatened? Ngati ni rape. Were you threatened? What kind of violence? Was it a knife used, a weapon used, or just words threatened? You know, all these are things that are going to look into. And then from there, you'll be taken to court, and then they will look at maybe, for example, like section 157 of the Penal Code. It prohibits the conduct of any harmful, this is the other thing that they will take. They will look at all these cases to see what really happened. Now, CJ, let's go into further than that. Even my practice aja yachifirika jamii tichitaja yo juba basikana bamujuba machiri malepe babuya bajuba malepe o mashino bamba bajuba against her wish, against her whatever it is. Under section 157 of the Penal Code, it prohibits the conduct of harmful cultural practice upon a child, including sexual cleansing, female genital mutilation, mkati muja, or initiation ceremony that results in injury and the transmission of infection to the child. All these balesa ni milandu. The penalty for this offense is a jail term of 15 years and life imprisonment. So this is what happens. So what did I say? I talked about defilement. That defilement is having sexual intercourse with a person or a child who is below 16 years old. Now, in most cases, what happens is that either you entice that person, nzakupasa a phone, nzakupasa talk time, nzakupasa masweetie, nzakupasa biscuit, you promise them good things so that they can open up to you. And then you defile them. To defile them is to have sex with them against their against their intentions. They have no intentions. Now, why do we term them as children or a child? Because that person cannot make an informed decision to accept or not to accept. Sana fike palevu pajivakuted eka mukuzifunira angakane. It means wamufosinga, you have overpowered that person by your presence, your looks, then your body weight, your body strength, and also the promises which you have used. So you have overpowered that person. So that person is not able to protect himself or protect herself, CJ. So wamufosinga chabe, mwana mungono watenga chimbolo chako amba kungenisa munyini wake, very small, akalipe akupya, kwa amba kumungamba ngamba, mashino aja mashino tukalibe na kunkala developed, tulimonga mango ikalibe kupya, mango ikalibe kupya, mango ikalibe kupya, iwe wayamba kuidia. What are you going to get out of that? So the issue here is once you have found that unangena and the sperms or semen is found, and probably even wampasa STI, or you have not done so, but there's proof that you have entered, you are liable to a jail term of minimum 15 years, maximum life imprisonment. Then I've moved to a rape. Rape, I said it is having sex against with a person against their desire or wish or consent. Wamungena naye, wamunyenga. So as long as there is the proof of semen and penetration, it means in a mulandu. Talk to me, CJ.
Yeah.
Go ahead, CJ.
Before you get to rape, while we're still on defilement, you said so defilement, the age is 16.
Yes.
16 years. So
16 years.
it doesn't matter. There cannot be any consent. Let me say below the age of 16, it doesn't matter. That's the first question. The second question. Yes, Evangelist. Okay, go ahead.
Yes. A person who is under 16 years cannot make a mature decision. He has no information on what he wants to do, not enough information. They do not understand what intercourse is and the results of intercourse, sexual intercourse. So such a person is not expected to give a proper consent because they do not understand. It is assumed they do not understand the details or the consequences of having sex.
Okay, so right on the same issue, there have been cases, and let me say, especially muminzi minzum, bantu nokwatirana wamakwatirana 15, 14, okay. If we come to the compounds, we have cases where once they are below 16, wapasana mamimba. In such cases, what happens if a 15-year-old impregnates a 15 or a 14-year-old girl? What happens? Is that also a defilement? Both of them are below the age of 16.
Okay, thank you so much. In the first place, the laws we have in town, in cities, are the same laws that prevail in villages or rural areas. And this is provided for under section 138 of the Penal Code, chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. That is where you find the defilement. Now, in fact, this is a very good question. I'm happy, CJ, that you asked. Now, when a person is 16 years, is below 16 years, and the pregnancy or sleeps or goes ahead and they have sexual intercourse with another girl of 15, or the boy is 15, the girl is 16. Now, is there any defilement? In this case, the defilement case is yes, there, but it is not heavy, because these two are regarded as people that do not understand the consequences of sexual intercourse at that age. And so what happens in this case, in most cases, what happens is that these people, they will be treated as people that do not know what they were doing. So they can either be cancelled or just be given punishment, do some communal punishment in the community, or they can be made, or one of them, or the gentleman can be made to pay in terms of money. But this person cannot be sent to prison, not at all, because of the age. Because of their age, they are below 16 years, they cannot go to prison, but they can be, one, talked to, just be cancelled. Two, they can either be punished by doing community work, even for a day or 2 days, then they are left scot-free, but all the same, they will have to be cancelled. So that is what happened. They will not be taken to prison, not at all, because they are underage. Thank you. Is that clear? CJ? Yeah.
Okay, it is clear, Mr. Shabula. It's just that connectivity has affected our dear colleague.
Okay. That being the case, now, whilst we're waiting for CJ to reconnect, I'll ask a question and answer myself. The question is that, is it allowed for the parents or guardians or the victim to settle a case of defilement by accepting money compensation from the defiler, or outside the court? Can they sit, not yet mpase drama inkane isire chabe, tilibachiburu tinkala pamozi, tienda pamozi kuchechi? Is it in order to do that? The answer, CJ, is no, a big no. It is not in order. Defilement is a criminal offense. A criminal offense in respect of which the law has prescribed. The procedure to allow when committed, and also penalty which must be given to the offender by the court. So the law does not allow for settlement between concerned persons through payment of money as compensation by the defiler to the parents or guardians of the victim. No, it doesn't allow that. In fact, it is an offense for any parent or guardian to do that. In doing this, it constitutes an obstruction to justice at the expense of the victim and the state. It means imwe mwamba ku simufunatira mulo ichitike. So you are trying to prevent justice. You are standing in the way of justice by getting that bribe. I call it a bribe. You are being bribed so that ujamuntu simumpereka kuchani ku court. The issue is muperekeni ujamuntu aende kujele so that he will be excluded from public. Bana babantu bankale bwino is a devil apaya ujamuntu. How do you expect muntu mukuru na chimbolo chake aenda kugenza mukanyindi kangono kamwana? You mean mwana angachite survive? No, let that rascal go to prison.
Now,
Evangelist.
Now, yes,
yes, Mr. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, I want Honorable Oshabula to emphasize on this, because there is this situation where the parents or the friends to the parents, they say, you see, when you get this defiler to court, there is only the government who is going to benefit, but you are going to benefit nothing. In top of that, you are going to lose, you are going to use your own money for your child, in order for your child to be okay, because this one needs to be hospitalized. So now, if you accept this money, it means you can be helped in order to help your child for the situation she's been. So how is your take on this one, Mr. Shabula? Because they say it's only the government who is going to benefit, not the defiler or the parent of the defiler. How do you convince the community?
Right. So, Evangelist, yes. Before you answer, let me also cream it. We've also seen situations whereby these same defilement cases have turned into marriages. So also touch that one as you're answering Mr. Abia's question.
Yes. where a situation where somebody says no, it is the government that is going to benefit and not you, and instead you will actually lose what you are supposed to get. Now, that kind of thinking, CJ, is bad for our community, because that defiler will continue defiling children in the community. And one day, that defiler will come back to defile your child again, and sometimes even to rape your wife. So these are dangerous criminals. They are actually criminals. In others, by so doing, we are protecting a criminal in our community. We are protecting a criminal in our community. It is not right. Number two, the government, to say that the government is going to benefit. The government, it is you and me. If it's going to pay, is going to work for the government, is actually going to work for the general populace, for the community, for the society in which they live in. If it's going to pay money, that money will go into buying drugs. It will go for roads or just education and bring development to this nation. It is still getting back to you indirectly, but shared with other people. In other words, what I'm saying is that it is not right for us, the community, to protect a defiler or a criminal, because that criminal will one day come and attack you, and you'll be the victim. Are you going to enjoy to be defiled or to be raped? Because this defiler can actually defile you or rape you and then kill you. I'll repeat this. Defilers can defile you or rape you and then kill you. Now, is that what we want as a community? Not at all. Let us encourage our people in the community to report such to the police and to ensure that there is no settlement outside the court. Let the court handle this and protect us as a community. Whilst that criminal is imprisoned for a lifetime or for 20 years, 25 years, then it means we are going to rest from his harassment. So let the criminal go to prison. Second question, what about this defilement or rape case which ends in a marriage? Uja mwamuna amumvera mkazi uyu anzuna ali bwino ati neza mukwatiratu. Naye mukazi anziba ati uyu is not just a defiler but naye aziba kuchira bwanji kuninyenga aninyenga bwino bwino. So naye nzavomera kuchira bwanji kukwatirwa kuli yeve. What do I do? Then they decide to get married. Yes, they can get married. Yes, they can be husband and wife. But the foundation of their marriage, is weak, is poor, it is bad, it is not stable. There are future expectations that this marriage will fail because of the way they started. There are indications that this marriage may fail. Sometimes it can stand, but that is 1 out of 1,000. So what we are saying is that if they want to get married, it must be done orderly, not in the way where it starts with the defilement, then at nzaukwatira, rape, then nzaukwatira. Not at all. Let's have our marriages start on firm ground, not on sinking sand. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Evangelist. Now, Mr. Abia, I would like you to come in before we get into the discussions on rape, because we've been talking about defilement. We've talked so much about defilement. I want us to move to rape. Mr. Abia, just chip in on your thoughts on defilement before we get into rape.
Yeah, as Washa would have said, defilement, these people, are referred as criminals. To me, I can refer them as criminals because they are dangerous to the society. You know, when you defile someone, uh, it is bad. It's like CJ, you are walking on the road, and then someone is coming with a sharp steel, screw you at the back. How can you feel?
Yeah.
How can you feel? That is dangerous because that is almost killing you, or that is almost taking your life. So this is how defilement is because you yourself, you aim at doing it, and your friend doesn't think about it. It's only you thinking about it. So doing so is evil, is dangerous, is criminality. So these kind of people, they're not supposed to be in the society. They are dangerous to our society. So how can we diffuse this? We can only diffuse this once it has happened. We report immediately where we are supposed to take that report to police in order for the police officers to intervene, whether the parents agree or not. Because sometimes these parents, yeah, they became, which I'm looking for a better term to use here, they became desperate sometimes because of money. They will say, no, let's invite this criminality to talk to him so that he can pay some money and then he will not do it again. And then the defiler can come in to say, no, I will not do it again. Let me pay you money. And then they say, okay, give us 10,000, give us 15,000. Where is that 15,000, 10,000, 5,000 will get you? Will get you nowhere because you use that money maybe in the same month, in the same week, that money is all gone. What about the life of that girl who has been defiled? It will go in a long way of her life, remembering of that incident. Other people, they take that, they will look at each and every man came across to him, to her, and treat that man as the same as that defiler. They will not see good in that person. So this is how bad when we see that act and we never took action. We need to take action immediately. The thing has happened in order for that person to be helped and that criminal also to be jailed in order for the community to stay safe. This is my take, CJ, for now. I'll be back shortly.
Yes, CJ, if it's okay, let me also continue where my brothers left off from.
Uh-huh. Yes, please.
Yes. Just as the Abia put it, let me put it this way. First of all, I also want you to know that there are indicators that a child has been defiled. There are indicators that this child has been defiled. Sometimes you may go for work, you and your wife, you are not there, and you left that child in the hands of an uncle, in the hands of a worker, a male, or a female. Now, or just the cousins, or relatives. All these are potential defilers. Sometimes even the father can be a defiler. The father himself can be a defiler. So nobody here is innocent. So everyone is a suspect. in this matter,
Okay.
including the father or the mother can be a suspect. Yes. So now, do not allow a child, a female, a girl, a baby girl, to be watched by a male, a worker, a servant, an uncle, or a male. Asuka mwana mung'ono amugwiragwira ku matako amusukasuka. Vamuna vankayana nzeru vaupuwa maningi. Eva akayangana chabe ku matako ka mwana ka baby, eva amba kuona mukazi wogona naye. And then just there and then he will start misbehaving with the child. We need to be very, very careful who we leave our children with. Do not leave your children with any person, suziva. Even your own uncle, your own brother. This is my young brother, as you na mwana musikana, is also a potential defiler. Now, when you've come from work, what are some of the signs or indicators that a child has been defiled? Number one, a child might be withdrawn. Safuna kunkana na wanzake na kusovera na wanzake, ankara maybe abisama, agona munyumba, aina mugona bedi, or agona awasovera kunyumba behind the house, she's there hiding from the rest of the people. Check that. Then from there, difficulties when walking. Mwana kamba kuenda, saenda bwino sabe, examine ma movement ya mwana, ma steps ya mwana, aenda bwanji. Check for that. It could be the child has been defiled. The other point is, muchecking uja mwana kuukazi huku, o kumuna huku. Muzapeza kuti kulina vironda, oba mungena, you find that kumatako kubamuononga. That would be a sign, an indication that the child has been defiled. Then the presence of semen or memukabati sperms kuukazi kuja mwana, because sazi bauti uja mwana kuli kusamba kuita bwanji. Check muzapeza ati uja mwana cha bwanji alina masemen. And this must be certified by the doctor kuti ni masemen. Timamina the doctor should be able to check na kuona kuti these are sperms. Then the other one, sometimes the doctor will have also to check my STIs, my disease, maybe ujamwana bamudwalika. So the doctor must do that. Then from there, the behavior, general behavior ya mwana, ichinja, inkala yopa, sazi bachochita. Sometimes alila na kuzikwanya ngati muchinyanja muka bwanyi. Scratching her private part. The child may appear disturbed and withdrawn. Ankara ali disturbed mwana sazi bachochita. You know, so all these are things that parents should check. Now, CJ, parents can, if they knock off on time kubwera kunchito, not ubwera kuma 22 hours wapeza bana bagona kudala. Kuzapeza ati mwana uja bamugona bamurepinga, then aja sperms maybe achoka aongera mumimba or maybe asira. Then after that mwana ngati mwamona ati bamugona ina sperms, don't clean the child, musa clean, musa musuke sperms aja, because that is evidence. The victim must be immediately be taken to the hospital. The evidence. So you don't have to wash that, including rape case. Sperms sayenera kuwashiwa. Don't wash them. And then from there, the doctor must indicate the findings. Kulemba bwino ija report ya mina peza kuja. And the police must also refer the victim ku nearest hospital. Now listen. I've said the nearest hospital. What about in the village where there are no hospitals? What did you do? At least even the senior person muja, the village headman, should be able to write tinampeza, tinamucheckinga mwana, uja mwana anapezeka na sperms. If you are able to keep sperms paja, olo kanyula kaja mwachita cha mwamukunkumula mwana, mwakipinga like that, keep it kukansalu kaja, and keep it for, or even if it will dry, but azasala kukansalu kaja, you better do that. That will be evidence yopereka kuja. because mumizi mulibe chani, mulibe hospital. So these are the things that needs to be done, dear friends. So it is a very serious issue that we are discussing, including rape. Yogona ugona unyenga mukazi wako against her wish. Kulibe akuuza inesinimvera bwino na dwala iwe ni kikili. It is not right. Amuna monse muvisie. Na iwe mukazi mwamuna uko adwala. No ningene udonsa mbolo ya mesina uke na kuke uzingene saweka azachita chani. So that must stop.
Yeah,
Questions
thank you.
invited.
Thank you, Honorable Shabula. But let's talk about rape now. The CJ connectivity has been a problem to him. Let's hope he will come back soon. So, Mr. Shabula, I'll bring you in the case of this one. A wife has been raped in a home. What should she do as a wife?
Go ahead.
She need just what should she do if the wife has been raped? What should the wife do?
Repeat the question.
What?
If the wife has been raped.
Yes, what should the wife do?
First of all, before I answer that question, when you rape somebody, you are raping that person against their wish, against their desire, against their consent. Number two, in most cases, rape involves some violence, some amount of violence, some amount of threatening. Now, that violence and the threatening will remain embedded in the heart of the victim. Akaenda kugona azamba kuona a defiler, a rapist, azamba kuona muntu wamene afuna kumupaya, afuna kumumenya. So the life of that individual will be disturbed. O ni mukazi wako azamba ukuyopa. Even day yakuti atavome ati mugone naye, sa zankala free kugona naiwe, she will not enjoy having sex with you, because she will do it out of fear or out of duty. Two things, out of fear or out of duty. Sex should be mutual. Both people should consent. Both people should do it. And both people should enjoy. And both people should have benefits from sex. Now, the question is, what should this lady do, the wife? Number one, you must talk to your rapist husband. Tell him that you are not happy with what has happened and it should not happen again. If he repeats that, you should report that person to Banachimbusa or another person that can help. If he does it the third time, it means that it has become a habit and he is a habitual rapist. He must be reported to the police with the evidence. What is the evidence here? They must, immediately that has happened, you go to the police, na maspemuzi yako achita dripu, achokas, don't wash, yenda na maspemuzi, bakaone maspemu ya mwamuna huyu. Aba ni babemba nwe menakamba tuniwa meni chikala. Niwa meni chikala. Mutenge uyu chikala, aende kuchani ku polisi, bakaone abu brought uyu chikala, na chikala chaki chamena leta kuno. He has done this ABCD. And that person must be prosecuted. Aende ku court, aende ku prison. That is not the way. Why should you rape your wife? It means you are a bad husband. You are not attracting your wife for her to sleep with you.
Evangelist, this issue of rape in marriage, but now traditionally, it is what sex is marriage. Okay, traditionally, munoma punzisira na wo punzisira, even pene walanga msikana bamuza kuti marriage is about sex, and they teach them how to. Now, in a situation whereby the wife is denying the husband sex, Ninshimanje inkala bwanjapo, because it is generally taken that the man has got, those are his rights. He's got rights to enjoy the wife. So nkania rape manje bwera. We've seen actually such conflicts in communities, and most of the time these things are not even brought mu public. Mama vidyakirira, okay? What at what let me say, how do you call it rape when the husband has got rights to have sex with the wife?
Yes, the wife has got, the husband has got the right to have sex with the husband, and the husband got the right to have sex with the wife. But your rights should not inflict or conflict with the rights of your wife. It must be in tandem. That is how it should be, meaning that iwe mpamvu zako zogola na mkazi wako usizienera kuononga mpamvu za mkazi wako, mwena kuvomerezana. That's how it should be. Because why not sit down and resolve the problem as to why your wife is refusing? Akanirachani. There must be unresolved problem which you have not sorted out. Yamene pasa uti mukazi aluzing appetite yogona na iwe. Sometimes her body siri bwino. Sometimes vena bakazi pogona na paja kunkala pain kumatako. I'm using word ya matako, meaning mu vagina. Maybe kuli pain mukati mu vagina muja. So she's experiencing problem mukati mu vagina muja. So do you mean that with your rights you should be allowed to inflict pain on her because you mbolo yako yauka? Should that be the case? No. That person must be protected because nuo dwala alina pain mu body yake. It might not be inside herself. It might be either mu hip muli pain, either mu mimba muli pain, either the body is sick, or sometimes it is the mind, her mind which is not right. Sometimes it is her heart. Unamupweteka chironda, anakupeza na mkazi wina wame unagona naye, so manje ucho akuja ufunati ugone naye futi. She will say no. So you can't say that because you're a man, you've got rights. So the issue, what am I saying here? What I'm saying here is that right yako we checking ngati siendelana na right ya mkazi wako wamene amvera kubaba, then it becomes an offense. Don't do that. Even to nikumvana. Ngati nyele ya kugwira maningu ina nyele ikulu. What you do is, nukuzipeleka pansi kupapata maningi, kupapata. Wapapata wachosa sapato zake, wamupolishira na sapato zake, waenda wawasha wakili na nyumba yake. That is usiku ma 22 hours. Muli kubedu wauka iwe kukili na nyumba yake yose. Wameke sure pianga na panje waenda wa watering na garden. Ukachoka kuja aona atuwa 7 za maningi. Azakumbira chifundo ati okay bashibwalia lero fiefilo iseni mkwai wachitako. So simuzi wa kunyengera, especially you young people, simuzi wa kunyengera, you want to use power nizakumenya. Nizakumenya. Sikumenya nikuzipeleka chabe pansi wapapata, then she will open up for you.
And when if you are denying me, we have given it to who?
Maybe there's somebody. No, there's not somebody. The issue is that you are mistreating your wife. You are mistreating your wife. So your wife is not ready for you. So that is the issue. The wife cannot be ready for you if you mistreat her. That's why, CJ, before you go to sleep, resolve all the problems. All the outstanding problems must be resolved. You know, today I was chatting
price. I mean, I was charging
with
these
somebody.
days.
I was chatting with somebody. I know she's listening. I was talking. We are talking about certain things which have not gone right. We are trying to put things right, and this is preparing for sex. Preparing for sex so that ikafika nthawi ija ukapeze kuti vonse vinthu vaenda bwino. Manje woenda tini nabwera ku sex, then from there somebody is in pain. Somebody is not happy. No. Sort out the problem. Sort out. Put your house in order. Chizungu cha masiku ano. Put your house in order. Make her happy. Then she will give everything to you. Namala once za kupasa. Namala. Idia namala ngatufuna.
Now, Washaula, I want you to I want to take this. There is a situation where these things happen almost each and every month. In a month, maybe twice, or in a week twice. But the woman decide to shut her mouth and not to tell the neighbors, and keep it enduring to herself. What message do you have to such types of ladies? Then I want to tackle to the situation where it's a man who has been raped. Now it's difficult to tell your friend that my wife has raped me because you are a man. Yeah? So what message do you have also to men who are in the same situation?
Ni evidence ya bwanji mumune mnozapeleka chompanzwanga ni raping.
Yes.
Abya ni politics. Ni politics wamene waleta hiyo manje. Ni politics wamene waleta hiyo manje. I will start with the last one. In most cases, it is not easy for a woman to rape a man, because in most cases, there must be erection, there must be penetration. Mbolo yamene ili soft monga rubber band. Ili soft monga rubber band. No matter why pushing mkati muja, it will not, the penetration, is also njira chabe mukati chabe ko. It will not be able to penetrate. So a man, it's difficult. But it is true that some women can also rape, especially like Vana Bangono. They can defile them. Even a man can be raped, but if you are raped, did you enjoy it? Or you didn't enjoy it? If you didn't enjoy it, report to the police. You can also report. Because, CJ, the law is not for women only. The law is not for children only. The law is for children, men and women and boys. Men and boys. They also enjoy the laws that we put in this country. So you can also report. If you are injured, you feel you are not happy, you can report to the police. As long as you've got evidence. So your evidence, you must show that chivuta, wamuna chivuta. But when akuziva, that is why they don't report. That's why a lot of men don't report, because it is difficult for you to prove mukoti uti mukazi wako anakurepinga. It is difficult. So
No balance.
So you just close the chapter. But you can report.
It's
So
not
that
fair.
so that bakamuiofye chabati iwe usazimu donsa muzako kubukala ukamba kudonsa maybe azakajubika. So it's just for protection. You just go there for protection. But mukoti is difficult for you to prove. What was this? What was the first question, Abia?
A lot of women, they decide to keep it on their own without sharing.
Yeah.
They keep on enduring, and the
Yes.
man keep on harming them. So,
Abusive.
what
Yes.
message do you have? Yes, what message do you have
My,
to such type of women?
yes. My message to women who endure, not because they want, is this. First of all, why does such happen? Sometimes the man has got a lot of money. They don't want to lose that. Sometimes he has got property. They don't want to lose that. Sometimes they are in a good relationship with a gentleman. They don't want to lose that. Sometimes her family is benefiting from this husband, so she may not want to lose that. So she will just stomach it. She will enjoy it. Now, the problem of enduring or endurance in this case is that sometimes that person will, as he continues to abuse you, you are going to develop maybe ngati unaye kudwala pang'ono, maybe mvagina ulina problem, ulina pain, and that person continues abusing you na kukugwira. And in most cases, these people, they are violent and they are rough. Pongena paja afu na kudadamula monga chose ma veins wonsi kungena afu na kuchana mabonzi yakumbuyo wonsa ya pelvic bones afu na kutyora. Now, such a person must be reported. That is what you must do. That is what these women must do. This person should be reported kuma family members or kuli banachimbusa. Report them. If this person continues, do not be afraid of losing your benefits, such as money, cars, house, and all other things. Report that person. It is for the betterment of your health. Ni health yako. Because one day you'll be sick. Ija problem izakulirako mukati umuzamba kuola uzanka na vironda. Because maybe your body there, your parts here are abused and you begin rotting. So it is important that you also get checked. Go to the hospital, they check you, and also go to the police, ngati vavuta. If the family members cannot do anything, protect yourself, because in the end uzadwaliramu uzafa. Every woman gentleman azasala ngati gentleman, actually he's not a gentleman. Wamena kurepinga. So this person will remain abusing you. So report.
Right. We are getting to the dying minutes of the show, and tonight we haven't been able to get on the phones as well as messaging. But Evangelist, as we are concluding, I would like you to handle both these cases, to briefly give the traditional aspect, how these matters used to be handled, and then I would also like you to advise when it comes to rape, especially marital rape, okay? Advise what the man should do if a wife is refusing or denying him sex. Instead of raping her, what should the man do? Okay? These two things, these are what I would like you to handle even as we are going to the close.
Thank you, CJ, for that request. Let me put it this way. When you go back to our ancestors, you go back to our history as Africans. Africans allowed marriage to be contracted between a man who is 50, 60 years, 25 years, 30 years, to get married to a child to a baby who is not even yet born. In some cases, they would say, uyu mwana amene ali mu mimba yanu imwe amayi ngati ni mukazi azankala mukazi wanga. And then when that child, when that baby is born, this gentleman will begin to function as a husband. Azamba kuleta vakudya, supporting this child from that age up to the time wauti afika kuma 15 years. This man will start providing and giving vakudya kubanja uku, and they will be calling him vapongozi, vapongozi, nomakwe, nomakwe. And then from there akafika pa age ya 12 years or 10 and 12 years. Sometimes I'm talking about the old life, old history. Akafika pa either 10 or 12 years. Sometimes we musikana bazamutenga kumupeleka kunyumba ya mwamuna uyu, and then azamba kugona uja mwamuna. Now akamba ugona mwamuna uja mwamuna sazamba kungena mbolo yake, sazamba kungena munyini ya mukazi wake, bazamba kugona chabe naye pa bed, warming the bed and training her, removing the fear that wamuna siwapaya. So sometimes azamba kumuonea uja mwamuna kuja, and will be taught kuti si chipaya chinzuna futi chibalabana. So that training will go on. Na bakulu bazamba kuyamba kuita bwanji kumupunzisa. Bakulu azamba kubwera kwao kuja kunyumba, and kunyumba kuja uzankala old people, the grandmother and other people that will be assisting, until akula angena muchite munyumba kuja waba moye bamba kuvina nkolola bamba kuimba baita bwanji akalimuja kuja pochoka ija sikuja yochoka munyumba muja. That man wamene anakobekera niwe amene azachita vonse paja zachosa ndalama ngati ni ng'ombe oti vonse bantu badya. Then akachoka chabe kuja munyumba muja apaja pamene ankala mukazi wake. That night azampeleka kunyumba kuyamba kunyengana naye, because ankala mukulu, the vagina is okay, is ready, so that is done. That is how they were doing it. There was no offense. Not this time. Not this time. Now it is an offense. It is an offense, as I told you, under our act, under the penal, under the section 138 of the Penal Code, chapter 87 of the laws of Zambia. You cannot do that. Bakumanga manje. Kudala, that is what they were doing. Not now. So musachite vakudala, chitani vamanje. Now, coming back to vana, bakamusira vana, bakuti you take care of a baby girl. Please do not defile. Take care of that small life, that brittle life. Take care of it. Uja mwana uja, the life of that child is in your hands, and the parents have trusted you that you can take care of that life. Do not defile it, because the sentence minimum is 15. You go for life, and you either be jailed for 30, 40 years. Is it worth for you to go and spend your life in prison forever or for 40 years? No, it is not. Now, to men, those that wajameni wabwira bakazi wao, what is my message to them? You must know that the reason why your wife is not accepting to have sex with you, it's because there is unresolved problem which is standing between you and your wife. And so you should desire to sort it out, to resolve it, to find a solution to it, so that both of you can be happy. And when you are happy, it will be easier for you to reason with her, and then she will accept you have sex. She will consent to your sex move, and then you begin enjoying together. So ni ukambisana bantu ba Mulungu, ni kumvana. Ngati samvera mwamuna wako akuvuta, report him to the police. I still say that my advice is report him to the police. Ngati akureping all the time. So ngati mumvera banyamata, especially banyamata niweme mkonda kurepinga bakazi atifuka ati balimpera nalilipira kaleni balimpera nifiche efyo lecha mungani ngati ulefaya kusenda manaine kulibe baso. No, it must be by consent, by agreement, mutual agreement. If not, let her report you to police. Mwayasana imwe. Na chirefu ati nande mwayasana imwe bafi.
Yeah, thank you very much, Evangelist Mr. Avia. Under 1 minute. Under 1 minute. The closing remarks.
CJ, a lot has been said. A lot has been said in this. I'll go back to the defilement. You know, in our community, there is the biggest disease, CJ. The disease which is there is to let that defiler talk to him, and it ends there. As long as wapasa kutombozi tuwili tunhuku tutatu basi ati nkhani yasita pamene apa sitifuna yende kusogolo inkani chifukwa ikaenda kusogolo situzalunza manje nanga mwana umoyo wa mwana. Yeah, so please let us think about life. Life is very, very important. Let's not just think of today, let's think of tomorrow. Tomorrow is a future. Today is not a future. So, you parent, please safeguard the lives of your children. Safeguard the life of your children. Very important. Honorable Shawola has also emphasized on we should know who to live with our child. Whether you are a servant, you are a maid, you are uncles, you can be a victim. But the important thing is let us know the types of people we are leaving our children with. That is very important. Let's not sit down on an important issue. Let the court deal with that issue. I think it will help us. It will also help the community to safeguard our community, to safeguard our children in order for them to see the future of tomorrow. Not just, let's not sit on their future. Tisankhalirepo pa umoyo wa vana yayi. Ndalama izo zisile lero yamene ndise pano pa Ubuntu channel tapelekapo maganizo yathu imweso pano muyamvesere na kuyasatira. Twawonga chomene amama na dada tawonga.
Zikomo kwambiri, Mr. Abia. Viewers, we've had an exciting 1 hour 10 minutes discussing defilement and rape. Our desire is for families to be a place that is safe for children, families to be a haven of happiness. So please, let's ensure that we take all necessary measures to ensure that vana vatu vali safe. Okay, do not be too casual about things, and then you let your children be handled by anyone. Please, Evangelist has really propounded on this one, and take the advice. Take care. Make sure you know who you're leaving your children with. Make sure the home environment is safe than you getting sorry. Husbands, let us take care of our wives. Wakambatwa za kumankisani. if you are doing what you are not supposed to do. Eh? Marriage is supposed to be a bliss. It's supposed to be something wonderful. Enjoy it. Okay, so ensure you do the right thing. Well, from the Ubuntu team, want to say thank you. It has been exciting. Sorry that the phone lines haven't been working, and we've had a few technicalities here and there. I've had challenges with connectivity, but nonetheless, the program has gone on. The message is out there. It's up to you to implement and make use of whatever has been discussed. We just want to also urge you, if you have any issue that you'd like our counselors to be able to handle, please feel free to drop in our inbox. You can send that even via our WhatsApp line. Send that so that counselors are able to help you and address your issue. Well, it has been an exciting time from me, Evangelist Shabula, Mr. Abia, and everyone who has been watching tonight's program. Want to say thank you and stay tuned. Make a date next week for another exciting episode of PaNsaka. Well, from me and everyone, want to say good night and God bless.